This is episode 116 of the Beyond the Food Show, and today we answer a question from a community member that goes as follows. Why is it that what I resist the most feels like it persists and grows and gets harder and harder and harder to get rid of it? What the heck? Is that you, girls? If so, let's do this. My name is Stephanie Dodier, clinical nutritionist. I reversed my diagnosis of anxiety, depression, adrenal fatigue, and obesity by going beyond the food. I can tell you one thing, that willpower, discipline, and deprivation aren't the permanent solution to transforming your relationship to food. So how do you leave overeating, emotional eating, food craving, and binging behind you so you have the food freedom to achieve all of your goal and be happy now? As a top 25 alternative health podcast in the world, this is the Beyond the Food Show. Hey ladies, this is Stephanie Dodier. In today's episode, we're going to answer Jessica's question. And the question exactly goes as follows. The more I focus on losing the last 10 pounds, the harder it becomes to achieve. It's like the quote from Jung, what you resist persists. What the heck is that all about? That is the question from Jessica. And before we go any further, and I can hear you, some of you say, oh, well, if that was my only problem. Let me extend the question of Jessica to more of you. This question and my answer could also serve the people who say, the more I focus on stopping to binge, the more I binge. Or, the more I want to stop overeating, the more I eat. Or, I want to stop biting my nails. But every time I put that in my head, I just bit more than ever. Now, do you feel me? Do you currently are trying to change something about you, fill in the blank, and you're struggling? Who has not been there? Or would rather say, who is there right now? So right now, no matter what you do, girls, I want you to raise your hand if that's you or you were there at some point. Yeah, raise your hand, no matter if you're driving, if you're cleaning dishes, or cleaning your house, or if you're in your cubicle at work, raise your hand if that's you. Trust me, no one will care around you. I want you to release yourself because likely this is happening to you right now. And what I'm going to share with you today is not only the solution to that one problem, but it is something that you can apply in many aspects of your life. So this is a solution that will help you with that one thing, but many other aspects of you that you want to change. What I'm about to share is different, probably like nothing else you've heard before, and it has nothing to do with mental strength or being more focused on being more disciplined. None of that. It's not my world. This is just crap as far as I'm concerned. So just stick with me. But first, let me tell you a story about me. And I have been there with you, and I'm still there with some part of my life, but let me tell you a story about my desire to stop binging, right? Many of you have heard me talk about this before, and I wanted to stop overeating and binging, and I did everything. I mean, I hated and wanted to change that behavior of mine so bad. I focused on it all the time. Like from the food that I ate, to the food that I restricted, to the food group I didn't eat, to the fasting that I tried, to the supplement, to the specialist that I saw, to the detox protocol that I did. Nothing worked. And here's the crazy thing. The harder I tried, the more I hated my binging behavior, the bigger it became. It actually exploded when I was writing a book about the most restrictive eating behavior that I had had so far in the hope of fixing my binging. I was writing a book on keto lifestyle because I believed to the deepest part of myself that being more strict and being more restrictive, by punishing myself harder, it would result in me not binging anymore because I would control my craving. And I was in research mode and in writing mode so deeply, like I was involved almost 10 to 12 hours a day in trying to fix my problem, and it exploded. Who feel me? Why is it that the harder we focus, the worse it gets? That's really what Jessica's question is about. And here's the reason. We attract what we are. Some of you may not quite understand what that means, and I'll explain it to you in just a few seconds here. But you may have heard the quote or the statement that we become what we eat. Maybe some of you can relate to that, right? We eat junk food, we ate toxic food, our body becomes toxic and we become sick, right? Some of you may have heard the quote, we become our thoughts, right? The more we have negative thoughts, the more we have negative thinking and the more negative of a person we are being, right? So we attract what we are is in the same line. It's actually science. It's what we call quantum physics, and it was demonstrated that we attract what we are. And the reason we attract what we are is because as human being and as being on this planet altogether, our bodies are energy. We are energy being. What we are is actually empty space. And that's what quantum physics has demonstrated. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of quantum physics. If you are doubting what I'm saying right now, you can go to podcast 61 with Dr. Bruce Lipton or look up Dr. Bruce Lipton on Mr. Google right now, and you will get the great detail and scientific explanation of what quantum physics is. But bottom line, quantum physics has demonstrated that as being on this planet are as things on this planet, that we're talking about a piece of furniture, that we're talking as a human being. We are space, we are energy, we are vibration. We are not solid matter. As much as we think that we are not. And our thoughts and our emotion as well are energy. Think about this. Can you physically touch your thoughts? Can you touch or see your emotion? You can. It's untouchable. It's energy. So our thoughts and our emotion are also energy and vibration, right? And here's the thing, the way that our thoughts, our energy communicate with our being, our physical body, is with things such as the release of our hormones, right? Our thoughts and our brain sends a command through our hormone, which is a communication system between the different parts of our body, to release some hormones to do some things. Example for ladies, your brain will want to make a baby, right? You had a sexual intercourse and you are going to procreate. The brain will send messages to your ovary to produce estrogen and to release the progesterone so you can have a uterus that's going to welcome a baby, right? So the mechanism of communication between those different forms of energy and vibration in your body is your hormone system. So we become what we think because our energy of our thoughts, of our emotion communicates with our physical body. And here's the thing, we become what we think, good or bad. If we think or create emotions that are negative, that will create an environment into your body that is negative, right? And if you're thinking positive thoughts, positive outcome, you will create an environment that will thrive in your body. Your body will thrive because it's in a good vibration state. And I'll link also in the show note to a podcast, I'm just thinking about that we did with Robin Openshaw, where she taught us about energy in our body and how food communicates with the energy into our body and makes us vibrate at a certain level. So I'll link that in the show note as well for those who've never heard about this. This concept of attracting what we are through energy has also been proven by the work of Dr. Pillay, which is a clinical professor at the Harvard Medical School and a psychiatrist and a best-selling author. I'll link to the book as well in the show note, but he studied a concept called mirror neuron, meaning that we're not only becoming the energy that we are in our own being through our thoughts, our emotion, but we also mirror what's around us. Crazy, right? So if we are around things that are negative, people that vibrate negatively, our own molecule, our own neuron will want to mirror the vibration that's emitting from the people around us. Crazy, right? That's where the quote comes from, you become the 3 people you hang out the most with. So if you're surrounded by negative people, you will become a negative being because of that concept of mirror neuron. We're going to take a quick break from our chat to give a shout out to our show sponsor, Health IQ. And I am so excited to be partnering with them and bringing you forward an innovative insurance company for the American listener. Health IQ helps health-conscious people like yogis, runners, cyclists, weightlifters to get lower rate on their life insurance. Just like you save money on your car insurance for being a good driver, Health IQ saves you money on life insurance for living a health-conscious lifestyle. Isn't it time that we get rewarded for our good health choices? Now, how do you get started? Very simply by qualifying through the Health IQ quizzes. And also, listen to this, if you submit actual training data through the various apps available, you can save additional dollars. To get started now, simply go to stephaniedodier.com/health IQ and take the test to see if you qualify. And when you get to speak to an agent, mention the code Beyond the Food to support the show. So get started now on saving money on your life insurance. Now, a shout out to our other show sponsor, Muse. And I'm very grateful to team up with Muse to bring you the first tool in the world to help you learn to meditate at home. Muse is a wearable brain sensing headband that measures our brainwave and sends the feedback to an app on our personal device. I love my Muse because it transformed my meditation practice. I wear it daily for my 10-minute session in the morning, and it coaches me through my practice by giving me real-time feedback on what's happening in my brain and helping me refocus during my meditation. I love this partnership with Muse because it brings the tool to the first timer and it helps expand the practice of the more advanced meditator. So it's time for you to get your Muse on and learn to calm your mind through meditation. And here's the thing, as a listener of the Going to Beyond the Food show, you get 15% off of the purchase of your Muse. To take advantage of this offer, simply go to stephaniedodier.com/muse. And again, the URL is stephaniedodier.com/muse and register through this URL to get 15% off. So join me in my 10 minutes meditation practice every morning and get our Muse on and go beyond the food together. So back to Jessica's question, who is focused on losing the last 10 pounds. What we know is that Jessica is not accepting her body as is today because she wants to lose the last 10 pounds. She wants to change what is. Non-acceptance of self is a major negative emotion, aka vibration. It means that we don't accept ourselves. Who will? We're not able to give ourselves love because we're not good enough. That's the state of our mind. So because she is focused on the fact that she can't accept herself, she must fix the situation ASAP because non-acceptance is not good. And the solution that she has is losing the 10 pounds the last 10 pounds. So she's not accepting herself. Therefore, she's labeling herself as bad and ugly or nasty or not good enough. And her body is just not good enough. So she's vibrating, swimming. She's sinking at that negative emotion towards herself. And her body is responding in that same type of energy and vibration. Here's the thing. The body that Jessica has is likely very acceptable to another woman. Another woman probably would be looking at Jessica and say, I wish I looked like her. But to Jessica, the body that she has, that she is today in, she's labeling it as not good, as not acceptable, because of the 10 pounds that she believes she has to lose. What made her believe that? Likely outside influence in society and things that she was told. But here's the thing. Even though she loses the 10 pounds, she's likely not going to be accepting herself because it's only an external factor. Bottom line, what she's saying is she's not accepting herself for what she is today, right? Because she's labeling it as bad. And meanwhile, another woman would probably say that she is good enough, right? Here's what happened physiologically because of that state of non-acceptance, that state of judgment, and that state of energy and vibration she's swimming in. She is creating stress in her body because she's going against human nature of not accepting herself. So she's creating stress. For those that are educated in the biology or the physiology of the human being, when we are stressed, what happens? We release a cascade of hormone, one of them being cortisol, right? And what is the side effect of cortisol? Because cortisol is the stress hormone. It's the I'm in danger hormone because I'm not accepting myself. It's producing things such as fat storage, right? Release of sugar into the body. All of this because of the state of non-acceptance, the negative vibration, the negative energy that our thoughts about our body is creating. So I'm going to modify the quote of Carl Jung here to answer the question of Jessica and confirm her assumption. What you resist persists, not only persists, but grows in size as well. More the time advances, bigger of an issue, bigger and bigger and bigger of an issue it will become. So the solution, Jessica, and to all of you who want to change that one thing about yourself so badly, acceptance of what is. Acceptance of what is and understanding of what is. So once you've accepted that part of yourself, that it is, I'm going to go back to the beginning of the show, weight, binging, overeating, nail biting, big nose, acceptance of what is today, and understanding why it is there for you and why you are labeling it as not good enough. Why are you resisting it? Stop fighting and start accepting. Stop fighting, start accepting. Have compassion towards yourself. Compassion will allow you to let go. Letting go will bring you peace. Here's the thing about the last 10 pounds situation or the binging or the overeating. There's a reason why that is happening in your life. And there's a reason why you are chasing this so bad is because you're chasing the emotion behind that. And that's what we're teaching in the academy. One of the first module we do is about understanding our desired feeling. What are we really chasing behind eating, behind weight loss? What's the emotion we are chasing? Because we're not chasing the 10 pounds. We are chasing the emotion that we believe is behind us achieving that goal. So in a case of Jessica, she's likely thinking, when I reach the loss of the last 10 pounds, I am going to be happy, because that's all we're chasing as human. We're chasing happiness. So she is thinking that her happiness, her joy of life is only going to be reached when she loses the 10 pounds. Or the acceptance of self, the happiness of the joy will only be reached when we stop binging. But here's the thing. Happiness is innate to the human being. It's a God-given skill set. You are able to be happy right now. In a small part of yourself right now, there's a flame of happiness burning. You just have to grow it. And the only way for you to grow that flame of happiness is through acceptance of what is and stop fighting and stop resisting. Happiness is an inside job, not an external job. I'll repeat that again. Happiness is an inside job, not an external job. You will never reach happiness, joy, all those positive emotion by working on the outside of yourself. You have to work on the inside. So the solution to stopping, resisting, and persisting for Jessica is acceptance of what is. There you have it. Jessica, I hope I help you, and I hope I help everyone else that is challenged with achieving that one thing that keeps getting worse and worse and worse. I hope you enjoyed it. I am grateful that you were here with me. If you believe that this episode could serve another person, another woman in your life, I am begging you to share it with someone else. Also, if you want to help me get this message out to more women in this planet that so desperately need this message, leave a review on your recording device right now. If you're listening from an iPhone, you can leave a review right then and there from your iPhone. You don't have to go log in on a computer. Right then and there, leave a review that will help the show get ranked at a higher level so more people can listen to my message. Also, I've got a workshop coming up. We're repeating how to stop overeating without willpower and discipline. It was such a success yesterday that we are repeating it next Monday, February the 19th. So in the show note, you can actually register for this workshop. And what we talked about today, which is about resisting and persisting, is what we teach in that workshop. We go further into those principles at a deeper level. So if that is your thing and you believe that could be the solution to your current problem, I would highly recommend that you do register for the workshop on February the 19th. Got a great show coming up as well on Sunday. We have a guest, Rebecca from Body Kindness, and we're going to talk a lot about acceptance and body image and diet mindset. So I hope to see you in the next episode, show 117 with Rebecca. I love you, and I look forward to hanging out with you on the next show. Did you know that 9 out of 10 women are struggling with their relationship to food? Overeating, emotional eating, binging, and craving are real. Clearly, the solution we have been taught aren't working. I believe to have food freedom, it means that we must learn to have a relationship with our hunger so we can finally be at peace with food and eat normally without guilt or shame, which is why I wrote the Crave Cure Guide. I want to show you how to have a completely different relationship with food so that you can be in control of what you eat, achieve your goal, and be the powerful woman you were meant to be. The best part is, this book and the step-by-step process is absolutely free. To receive your free copy, simply go to stephaniedodier.com/guide and we can get started right now.